Chapter 2, The History of Vocal Music and Opera. Section 1, Early Development. The history of vocal music is ancient, tracing back to the beginnings of civilization. In early societies, especially in ancient Greece and Rome, music and theatre were inseparable, with singing serving as a primary means of expressing emotions and telling stories. Greek tragedies often combined music with poetry, using singing to reveal the inner worlds of characters and the complexities of human emotion. This blend of music and drama laid the foundation for the later development of vocal art. During the Middle Ages, religious music became predominant in European culture, with Gregorian chant as the hallmark of this period. These monophonic melodies provided a basis for the subsequent evolution of polyphony in vocal music. Over time, religious music began to incorporate additional musical elements, developing into early forms of choral styles that diversified the vocal arts. In the Renaissance, vocal art underwent a significant transformation. Music of this period focused more on expressing human emotion and developed richer harmonies, with an emerging style of interwoven vocal parts. Composers began creating more complex vocal works, which provided an important musical foundation for the future development of opera. This period also witnessed advances in music theory, with vocal techniques receiving more systematic study and development. By the 17th century, Italy had become the cradle of opera. Early operas, such as Peri's Eurydice and Monteverdi's Orfeo, showcased the perfect fusion of music and drama, setting trends in both musical innovation and theatrical presentation. Singers' expressiveness and technique became highly valued, and vocal music evolved into a unique art form focused on emotional and technical mastery. In summary, the early development of vocal music was a period rich in innovation and transformation. Ancient contributions to vocal practice, the widespread influence of religious music, and the technical advances of the Renaissance all laid a strong foundation for the emergence of opera. Understanding this historical background allows us to better appreciate the evolution of vocal music and its pivotal role in the development of opera. Section 2, The Rise of Italian Opera. The rise of Italian opera marks a major milestone in music history, symbolizing the fusion of vocal art and theatrical performance. At the end of the 16th century, as the Renaissance progressed, Italian cultural circles began exploring new forms of expression, particularly in combining music and drama. Early operas were primarily inspired by ancient Greek tragedies, aiming to tell stories and convey emotions through music. Early opera and composition. The first true opera is considered to be L'Orfeo, composed by Claudio Monteverdi in 1607. This work exemplified the close connection between singing and drama, with its rich musical language and profound emotional expression laying the foundation for Italian opera. Monteverdi used innovative musical techniques, skillfully employing dialogues and monologues within the vocal parts to heighten dramatic tension, immersing the audience in the narrative through music. Development in the Baroque period. As the 17th century progressed, Italian opera entered the Baroque period, during which operatic style became more ornate and complex. Composers like Handel and Vivaldi continually explored new musical forms in their operas, enhancing both vocal technique and expressiveness. Opera subjects also diversified, spanning myths, legends, and historical stories, offering a rich visual and auditory experience to audiences of various backgrounds. The rise and popularization of opera houses. The establishment of opera houses across Italy was key to opera's popularization. By the mid-17th century, cities like Venice, Florence, and Naples had founded dedicated opera houses, attracting large audiences. Opera performances became cultural events not only for the elite but also gradually reached wider audiences, establishing a broad fan base. During this time, the professionalization of opera performance advanced, and singers' training became increasingly systematic, laying the groundwork for the future of vocal art. The influence and legacy of Italian opera left a profound impact not only domestically but also on European musical culture as a whole. Many operas in other languages were inspired by Italian opera, incorporating its musical styles and dramatic expression. Composers like Bach and Mozart were deeply influenced, with Italian opera elements visible in their works. In conclusion, the rise of Italian opera represents a perfect blend of vocal art and drama, signifying a major cultural revolution in music. By inheriting and innovating upon ancient traditions, Italian opera provided a wealth of inspiration and nourishment for future musical composition and performance, securing its place as a pivotal force in world music history. Section 3. The bel canto era of the 19th century. The 19th century was the pinnacle of Italian bel canto singing, an era when vocal art reached new technical heights and pursued deeper emotional expression. Bel canto, meaning beautiful singing, represented not only a vocal technique but also became a hallmark of Italian opera, influencing vocal education and performance styles of that time and beyond. The basic principles of bel canto emphasizes the refinement and subtlety of vocal technique, including breath control, tonal consistency, and flexible use of the vocal tract. Singers need a solid foundation, particularly in breath support and resonance. Outstanding bel canto singers can create a variety of tones by adjusting vocal cord tension and the opening of the mouth, allowing for fluid scales and extended vocal range. The influence of renowned singers. Many exceptional singers emerged during this period, whose vocal style and technique greatly influenced the development of bel canto. Singers such as Maria Callas, Giuseppe Di Stefano, and Franco Corelli became icons of bel canto, known for their remarkable skill and emotional depth. Through breath control and expressive delivery, they transformed each opera performance into a celebration of vocal artistry. The diversity of opera and adaptation of bel canto. The operatic works of the 19th century became more diverse in themes and style. The rise of Romanticism presented new opportunities and challenges for bel canto. Composers like Verdi and Puccini combined bel canto techniques with dramatic elements, pushing the boundaries of musical expression. In these new compositions, bel canto was widely applied as a tool to shape characters and tell stories. Education and legacy of bel canto. During this period, Italian conservatories and vocal schools began teaching bel canto systematically, training a large number of talented singers. Vocal education emphasized the integration of personal style with technique, encouraging students to explore their unique vocal qualities while maintaining tradition. Notable vocal teachers like Alfredo Kraus played an active role in the spread and development of this singing style. Summary and influence. In conclusion, 19th century bel canto was not only the essence of vocal technique but also a high expression of artistry. Through detailed treatment of sound and emotion, it provided singers with a broader expressive range, enabling them to showcase their rich inner world on stage. The bel canto tradition laid an important foundation for future vocal arts and continues to hold a significant place in vocal education and performance today. Its legacy has allowed Italian opera to spread worldwide, influencing vocal traditions and opera creation across cultures. Section 4. The development of modern opera. The development of modern opera is a complex and multifaceted process, encompassing musical innovations, shifts in dramaturgical styles, and advancements in technology since the 20th century. As society, politics, and culture have evolved, opera has adapted, incorporating new elements and methods of expression. Diversity in opera. In the 20th century, opera began to diversify in style, with many composers exploring new musical languages and forms while building on tradition. Composers such as Benjamin Britten and Alban Berg incorporated modernist elements in their works, breaking away from traditional bel canto constraints and adopting freer melody and harmony structures. This shift has enriched the expressive power of modern opera, enabling it to better reflect complex emotions and social realities. Impact of new technology. Advancements in modern technology have also profoundly influenced opera's development. From the invention of recording technology to the widespread availability of audiovisual media, the dissemination and audience experience of opera have changed dramatically. Through film, television, and the internet, opera is no longer confined to traditional theatre performances, allowing audiences to experience productions worldwide. Furthermore, innovations in stage technology, such as lighting design and set design, have made opera's visual effects more vivid, enhancing emotional expression and storytelling. Fusion of musical theatre and opera. In the early 21st century, the boundaries between musical theatre and traditional opera began to blur, with many composers and playwrights blending elements of both forms. For example, Andrew Lloyd Webber's works merge pop music with operatic elements, creating new performance styles. This cross-genre collaboration has attracted a broader audience and infused opera with renewed vitality. Changes in themes and content. The themes of modern opera have become more diverse, with many works addressing contemporary social issues such as immigration, environmental concerns, gender equality, and human rights. This shift brings opera closer to audiences' lives, enhancing its social relevance. Composers like David Handel and Catherine Phillips have explored complex human relationships and social backgrounds in their works, making modern opera thematically realistic and resonant. Conclusion and outlook. The development of modern opera reflects not only the evolution of musical forms but also the changes in culture, technology, and society. While preserving tradition, it continues to innovate and adapt, appealing to a new generation of audiences. Looking forward, modern opera will continue to explore new forms and content, aiming to present broader artistic possibilities through diverse musical languages and rich dramatic emotions. With the acceleration of globalization, modern opera will increasingly absorb elements from other cultures, furthering its development and influence on the international stage.